good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. But remember, wherever you are, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another pre-game for the Montreal Canadiens. Tonight, the hosts, the Vancouver Canucks, two teams are at the bottom of the NHL ranking standing. So don't go nowhere. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know between the Canucks and the Montreal Canadiens game tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time and the Bell Center. But before we start, you need to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the likes. And finally, of course, tell us your prediction of the game, of the final score between the Montreal and the Vancouver Canucks. Let's dive in about all information you need to know, because we have a lot of stuff that's going on here. Give you more information you never got before in the past. Let's dive in about by the number. Montreal Canadiens is a 6-14-2. And the last 10 games, they are 3-5-2. They win the last game, and they are at home 4-6-1. On the road, they are 2-8-1. For the Canucks, Vancouver, they lost the last 4 games. They are at the bottom of the Pacific Division. They are 6-14-2, exactly like Montreal. 1-8-1 for the last 10 games, and a 3-6-1 at home, at 3-8-1 on the road. Two teams, like I mentioned, you're going to see by the number, they are not very good since the beginning of the season. Almost the same problem they have at the power play. Montreal is 29, and Vancouver are 23rd. On short-ended, Vancouver are last in NHL, 32, Montreal 29. Both of them on below at 70%. That's not great. The goals for both struggle. They barely score. 28, Montreal, 29 for Vancouver. For the goal, again, both teams give a lot of goal. 27 for Vancouver, 31 for the Montreal Canadiens. Shot for 21 for the Montreal, and 8 for the Vancouver. They shoot a lot on the net. Finally, shoot again, 19 for Vancouver and 24 for the Montreal Canadiens. The leader for both teams, Montreal Canadiens with most points, Nick Suzuki at 15 with Taylor to 40. Finally, Josh Anderson lead on the goal with 7. And finally, Jake Allen at 5W, 23-31 for Jeff Petrie, 2I. For the Vancouver Canucks, J.D. Miller, 19.7 goal and 12 assists. They have a Temco, have all the win of the goaltender. And finally, Quinn Hughes, he played 24-36 per game. Shopping up what you need to know. First of all, you know already the part number 1. The game now is not 7, but 7:30. That made a mistake. At home, Montreal 4-5-1. On the road, 2-8-1. We expect Allen versus Temco tonight. The last 5 games, Montreal is 2-3-0 with a differential of -8 for goal 4 versus goal again. On power play, guys, they cannot score 1-12 the last 5 games. And PK, they give a lot, 5 goals and 9. Unbelievable. Montreal on the special team, they don't do very well. Allen are 5-9-1, 3.02, and a save percentage of 9.02. The last 5 games is all about Toffoli, guys. Toffoli have 6 points. Anderson have 3 goals. Toffoli have 4 assists. Devorek have +4. That's pretty good after a difficult year. And the minus. The strategy, the only thing I would say to you guys for the Vancouver to watch is, of course, Miller, Horvat, Barzer, Quinn Hughes, and of course, Elias Pettersson. Those kind of players you have to watch during the game. The next one I want to talk about is, of course, the Canadiens. The last 10 games, they are 3-5-2. They scored 29 goals, gave 42 for a minus of 13. 4-23 on the power play. That's about 15%. And the PK, 11-25. It's almost, guys, 50%. That's not good on special team. The next one you want to know is about the head-to-head between both teams. Montreal, the last 3 years are 7-0-4. Canucks are 4-6-1. The last 10 games, Montreal is 7-0-3. And Vancouver is 1-6-3. All time, really complete, dominate by the Montreal Canadiens. They are 93 W, 28 as loss, 13 tie, a 7 OTL. For Vancouver, 35-90, 13-3. Montreal has a winning percentage of 730 versus 305, and the point 206 point versus 86. Montreal scored 557 goals versus 367. The next one I want to talk about is, of course, the Frenchy Corner, game number 23 for the Montreal Canadiens. No change on for the roster. At 2 o'clock p.m., I did not see any change for the Dominic Charm. Perrault and Kulak were on the ice this morning. Perrault with no contact. Kulak was back on the ice with the team. What a weekend for the Montreal Canadiens. What are you talking about? First of all, the W against Pittsburgh, 6-3. But now they fire Marc Bergevin, Trevor Timmins, and Paul Wilson. They hire Jeff Gordon. Mr. Molson have a press conference. So if you want to hear everything what I'm talking about them, please check my video from my Hockey Nation Live show on YouTube channel and the live stream we did earlier today, so you can have more information about what's happening for the press conference. Honestly, two teams struggle on the same way. You can see by the number I just gave to you, both teams struggle on special team. They cannot score a lot, and they give a lot of goal. So they have the same syndrome at that moment. Like the reason I said special team on PK, Vancouver are last at the bottom of the NHL, and Montreal on power play, they are also at the bottom with 29. So two teams have a really difficult time to perform. And the problem is exactly what I said. The elite players are not performing on both teams. I'm talking about Elias Peterson over there. Have a really difficult year over there. And on our side, what about Jeff Petrie? And, you know, Zuski, I know he had 15 points. That's not bad. But he didn't have anything for the last 7 games, guys. He struggled a lot. Caulfield has 0 goals in the beginning of the year. And I can go with other players around. So they need more the offensive. But again, Petrie is the biggest problem. And also the defensive side. Montreal Canadiens gave too many goals. And this game could be the end of the Canucks staff. We know they struggle. They know that recently they are thinking to change the coach, maybe the GM, everything like that. Montreal just did it. Can the Vancouver Canucks can do it again if they lost tonight? It's going to be a long back home travel for them. They lost and they are on the road right now. So it will be interesting to follow with that story for the next couple of days. Now, guys, I'm going to give you a bunch of stats. I cannot go one by one over there, but this is a head-to-head goaltender. You can see Danko versus Allen. The first row is about all the overall. The 5 versus 5 after that second row, and then finally on penalty kill. That's what they are. You can see the performance on different way category, like rebound control, high danger, medium danger, low danger. You can see how they perform overall. Let's move on. Again, you can pause the video if you want to, pay attention more on those stats. I just want to give you more. I can hear the difference between Montreal and Vancouver. Example, 5 versus 5 goals for, 5 versus 5 goal against, everything like that. The goal Z and the X goal. Every time that's the ranking in NHL, right? At the one on the right, at the bottom is the Montreal Canadiens overall, their performance as a team compared to the last 3 years. You can see that stat over there. Like I mentioned to you guys, I'm not going to hold it for you. I'm going to disappear, guys, so you can see better here. Here, the defense goaltending compare between Montreal and Vancouver. You can check those stats, but you can see a bit more advantage for Vancouver compared to Montreal Canadiens. The next one I want to talk about is the offense versus the shooting compare. You can see Montreal there, Vancouver. Again, Montreal a little bit better on offense versus Vancouver. But again, not by a lot, very slightly about that one over there. The next one I want to talk about is the play driving between both teams. Vancouver, again, versus Montreal. A little bit advantage Montreal overall compared to Montreal Canadiens, but both teams are not like amazing. The next one, guys, is the roster of the Montreal Canadiens tonight. No change. You can see Norlander play with Nuku tonight. Romanov with Savard, Petrie with Chariot. You can pause the video. This is the PK and power play. You can checking who's going to play together. Finally, This is the Vancouver Canucks, their line for tonight. Horvat with Garland, a person. Orlangler with Miller, a buzzer. Buck Colson with Peterson and Darlene. Mott with Dickinson and Chasson. Same situation for this, for the power play on PK for them. And finally, I want to remind you tonight, this is the Montreal Canadiens press release. You can see for the game tonight. This is really a date, so you can read all the number for each player, the goal, penalties, everything like that. And this is the Canadian prospect yesterday, November 28. Harris have nothing. They win 2-1, but Mezak, again, 2 points yesterday. They win 6-4. Kidney, 1 assist. Joshua Roy continue performing 3 points like Xavier Simoneau about that. Roy lost 7-3, but he participated for the 3 goals of the team. Trudeau have 0, and then Cooley have 0, but both teams win for their team. Finally, at the end of the day, I want to remind you, tonight the game starts at 7:30 and not at 7 o'clock. And the next game for the Montreal Canadiens is going to be Thursday, November 2nd. Again, the Colorado Avalanche are in Montreal. That's conclude, guys, another pre-game show for the Montreal Canadiens. Before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to subscribe, click on the likes, tell us your prediction of the game. Of course, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much for watching another pre-game show with the hockey coach Guru Coach Frenchy. Merci les amis d'avoir regardé une autre vidéo avec l'entraîneur Coach Frenchy. Je vous souhaite une très belle journée.